Questing is an ancient practice, but it's one that we have largely forgotten in our modern world. But what if you could apply the rules of Dungeons & Dragons and role-playing games to real-life quests? Hey, I'm Sherman, and welcome to Geek Psychology, where we take the lessons from geek and gaming culture and apply them to personal development. A quest is a journey, usually undertaken to find something or accomplish something. And personal development is also a journey through which you set out to improve yourself. A quest requires effort, time, focus, and creativity often. It also calls for flexibility because things rarely go as planned. The same can be said of personal growth. It takes effort and patience, focus and discipline, creativity and flexibility. You're going to falter at some point, but the main thing is to not give up in either instance. Life and quests follow this pattern. Maybe you want to be a great writer or a successful entrepreneur or a fantastic athlete. Strive for greatness all you want, but it's not going to happen overnight. To become truly great at something takes time and effort with lots of failure and setbacks along the way. This is a pattern that shows up in every video game and movie and story that you love, and it's present in your life too. Every life quest follows this structure. Sometimes different parts take longer or shorter than others. Sometimes we repeat the same loops and parts again and again until we've taken the necessary actions to make progress, and yet the pattern remains consistent. A problem presents itself, you set out to solve it, you struggle and fail or have a complicated success where things don't go exactly as planned, but you make progress. You learn something new in the process, and eventually you win, you figure it out. You use that victory to change and grow, and then you tackle even bigger obstacles and problems. Whether this is applying for college, getting a job promotion, doing your homework, mending a relationship, or learning how to be more social, this pattern is a great reminder that if you stick with it, you'll learn and gain the skills that you need, and that the struggle is part of the journey to become a hero. Few people achieve their goals without some setbacks. The key is that we keep going even if we don't go straight to where we originally hoped. There are 8 classes. Let's talk about your main class and your subclass. I can't go into a deep dive on it in this video without it being really long, but it's important and relevant, and I felt that I had to put it here. So there are 8 classes based on Carl Jung's cognitive functions, and listen for the 2 that stand out as important to you and lean into those strengths that you bring to the world. The Adept. You're the character who makes technical sense of the world. You're interested in detached analysis, precise thought, understanding information, finding holes in logic, and following your own rules. The Commander. You're the character who takes decisive command of a situation. You're great at achieving goals, planning, enforcing rules and order, taking action, and level-headed leadership. The Mystic. You're the character who questions the nature of the universe. You likely follow your insights, seek deeper meaning, embrace symbols, have long-range foresight, and you probably have a serene sense of knowing to you. The Explorer. You're the character who creates change and options. You like brainstorming, creativity, exploring exciting possibilities, toying with ideas and things and people, and starting new projects. The Empath. You're the character who stays true to yourself no matter what. You likely fight for what's right, seek inner harmony, embrace individuality, support one-on-one, and reflect deeply on emotion. The Envoy. You're the character who brings the team together. You likely boost morale, proactively take care of others, have a strong social presence, and create and maintain harmony. The Guardian. You're the character who wants to conserve the lessons of the past. You're grounded in reality, you carefully review and recall the past, you create and maintain order, and are probably quite methodical. The Adventurer. You're the character who embraces and enjoys the moment. You're fully tuned to your senses, you like to spice things up, rely on instinct to handle crises, and are very hands-on. If you want more on these, comment down below and I'll tell you which videos to watch. Trust your party members and let them trust you. It's worth reiterating that D&D is a cooperative game with a focus on teamwork. For this reason, it's critical for players to be able to rely on each other throughout the course of the adventure. As in real life, trust is earned by being responsible, having a good attitude, listening to what others have to say, and acting with the greater good of the group in mind. Although unexpected character actions can be entertaining sometimes, I cast Fireball into our own camp. They should never come at the expense of the overall group's enjoyment and sense of teamwork. So I ask you, are you the fireball guy in your own social circle? Roll with the punches. As a player, you don't have to be perfect. You can fail sometimes and still win the game. It's the same way in real life. We have to have tolerance for failure and risk-taking in order to learn new skills and get better at things and grow as people. Being flexible and open-minded is important because plans won't always work out as we expect. Let's call this failing forward or rolling with the punches. If your plan falls apart or something totally unexpected happens, you can still feel good about trying something new or different. And maybe even more importantly, you can keep yourself from feeling bad if things don't go as well because it's just a game, it's a learning experience. Neurolinguistic programming, NLP, has a powerful frame that says failure is only feedback. So if things don't work out how you wanted, you can always learn from what happened and take an altered approach. It's only failure when you give up. Admit when you're at a loss and ask for help. There's nothing worse than being stuck on a quest with no clue what to do next. It sucks. I hate it so much. And you're there, you're in the thick of it, right? You know you're supposed to do something, you gotta find this keystone, but you don't know where it is. If you're playing Dungeons and Dragons, your DM probably could give you some hints and tips, and in real life, you're kinda on your own. Or are you? One of the great things about D&D is that it's designed around collaboration, working together towards a common goal. And the same thing goes for real life. The game teaches us that we don't have to be alone. Instead, we can seek out other people who have been there and have done that. And whatever the skill is that we're trying to learn, whether it's cooking, coding a website from scratch, or whatever it is, fellow adventurers have our back. Don't get too frustrated when you're stuck on your quest. If anything, it's probably the best thing for you because it breaks you out of your usual patterns and also can push you to get wisdom from other people. Everyone has their own skill sets, experiences, and perspectives, and you can use those to go faster and get through whatever issues you have. When in doubt, take action. Maybe you've heard the advice before to do it, do it. But sometimes this advice can be hard for some people because we hear the word action and automatically picture an athlete or some feat of strength or something exhausting like that. The truth is, acting on things can be as simple as writing a tweet to practice your writing skills or deciding to brush your teeth regularly as an actionable step towards healthier habits. It doesn't have to be anything big. Even small actions can make life better for you and your allies. I get emails from viewers who want help figuring out how to improve their daily lives, careers, relationships, health, and things like that. And I always tell them the hero doesn't just sit in the inn waiting for adventure. You have to be proactive and take action. Listen up and pay attention to the clues you're given. As your DM, I'm in charge of providing you with the narrative context needed to complete the quest. It's my job to give you the information that will help you experience the world with enough clarity to ultimately help you get to the finish line. Similarly, in real life, people around us are often providing us with clues that tell us what we should be doing or could be doing next. Maybe it's a friend who tells us that we'd be really good at X thing, or maybe it's simply noticing that whenever you're working on a certain project, you feel like time flies by because you're in flow. These are just some examples of subtle clues about your true desires and passions that can be easy to miss if we aren't listening carefully for them. In order to successfully complete real-life quests or D&D quests, you have to listen up and pay attention to the clues being given, whether they come from an outside source or within yourself as a little whisper or internal wisdom check. And what's your top life lesson from D&D and role-playing games? Comment down below. The thing that I love most about D&D is that it's a system that promotes constant change. As a player, you're always improving, you're always looking for new opportunities to grow stronger and faster and wiser and better. So if you can take that spirit and apply it to real-life quests, then you'll be able to make some amazing strides in your life. And if you want more help on this, check out this video over here. Keep up the lifelong questing. Good luck, have fun. Peace. If we're not listening for them. Hey, hey. Hey, hey. Ho. 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 Let's call this failing.